Hello YouTubers, beer geeks, and beer hounds alike. Bill here, and we're going to do a beer review today. This one is by North Coast Brewing Company, and it's called Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout. And it comes in at 9% alcohol by volume. And it says, brewed in the traditional of the 18th century English brewers who supplied the Russian court of Catherine the Great. Old Rasputin develops a cult following wherever it goes. It's a rich, intense brew with big, complex flavors and warming finish. This is what the bottle looks like. And here's the cap. I got this at the local grocery store in a 4-pack for 11 bucks out the door for 4 12-ounce bottles. I've had this before, but it's been a long time, and I do recall it being very tasty. There might be some literature here. Alright, it says, never say die. Contrary to what the name suggests, Russian Imperial Stout was originally brewed in 18th century England. The name evolved as the Russian Imperial Court developed an early appreciation for this big, intense brew and provided an eager export market. It's been speculated that no one had a greater appreciation for this rich, roasty exceller than Rasputin, the mystic wag and favorite of the ladies of the court, who was the ultimate downfall of Caesar Nicholas II. Rasputin is probably best remembered for his dramatic exit, having been deemed politically expendable. He was fed poisoned wine and tea cakes by his rivals. Surviving that, he was shot several times, whereupon he attacked his assailants. He finally succumbed when bound and stuffed through a hole in the ice to drown in the river Neva. Legends that attribute his tenacity to his appetite for Russian Imperial Stout are unproven. And this beer comes from Fort Bragg, California. And let's get it cracked open and see what we got here. It's been quite some time since I had an Old Rasputin. Once again, that's what the bottle looks like. Now, these are pretty ready available. They have really good distribution, so you can find these like sometimes in gas stations and all over little liquor stores. Pretty much everywhere they have this. 9%er. So it's an Imperial. This is my hair of the dog right here today. Alright, let that calm down for a minute. Okay. We have a tan monster cascading type head. Looks real frothy, creamy, and silky. It's a little bit bouncy. There we got a very, very dark brown kind of a color here. You can see got a little bit of red copper hues in there, but it's very, very dark. Alright, see if we can get the rest in there. Super thick head. Got a pretty good donut on top here. Okay. So I just did a North Coast Brewing beer yesterday. It was Beachmaster double IPA. Was really awesome. So this would be my second North Coast beer. Wait, did I do a different one on North Coast? I may have done another North Coast beer before. I just can't recall which one it is at the moment. All right. So let's get an aroma on this puppy. Right up front, I'm getting like cocoa nibs, milk chocolate, and some roasted malts. Pretty much it's just like roasted malts and chocolate, cocoa nibs. That's what it smells like. Let's get a hit. Cheers. Taste follows the aroma, except in the sip, there's definitely some hop bitterness going on in there. Get another hit, see if we can pick up something else. Really thick head too. Cheers. We got really rich roasted malt. We got some kind of a earthy kind of a hop note coming through. We got cocoa nibs. Maybe a little bit of a dark chocolate, bittering chocolate. No raw alcohol notes. The alcohol's covered up very well. No booziness. It's got a medium mouthfeel. It's not real heavy mouthfeel. Got really dark roasted malt note. You can tell they really roasted the crap out of the malts on this. Really super thick ice cream head. Let's see if we can pick up something else. Cheers. Cocoa nibs. Super roasted, almost charred malts. Some kind of earthy kind of hop in there. It's pretty balanced. It's not like bitter, but as you're taking the sip, mid-range, front, mid-range, you can tell there's some bitterness in there, and then the malts take over and cancel out the bitterness from the hops. Really nice head retention. See if we can pick up something else here. It's just all cocoa nibs and roasted malt. And then in the sip, you get them hops in there with it. It's right on the edge of picking up some kind of a darker fruit too, but not so much yet. I can tell there might be, so I gotta keep trying here. I think maybe I can pick something else up here. The roasted malts are so heavy though. Yeah, it's got a medium mouthfeel, real smooth drinking. You really can't tell that it's 9%. It goes down super smooth. One more time, we'll wrap it up. Just a touch of some dark fruits in there. Just slightly, just very subtle. So basically we got cocoa nibs and heavily roasted malts up front. And then in the sip, you're getting all those notes, and then you're getting some hop bitterness and front to mid. And then in the back, you're just is just all cocoa nibs and roasted malts, and just a touch of the darker fruits. It's there, just a slight hint of dark fruit in there, darker fruits. Ribbit. Excuse me. Well, that's pretty much what I got on this puppy. On a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I'm going to give this puppy 4.5 stars out of 5. This is very delicious beer. Very nice. I don't see a date on there anywhere, but it really doesn't matter so much with the stout. Sometimes they get better with age, actually, so we're good. It feels like, I mean, this is a little bit of a hoppier stout, I can tell. So this might get better if you like a sweeter stout. If you let it age, some of that hoppiness will turn into sweetness. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got. 4.5 stars it is. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I'll have the description of this beer at the bottom of the video in the description section. Please like and subscribe if you already haven't. I'd much appreciate that. Double horns up on this. And y'all have an awesome day, and we'll catch you later. See ya.